Hey there. Did you know that only 18% of buyers will buy from a personality that is not their own? 18%. I don't know about you, but I would like a piece of that other 82%. Oh my goodness. 18%. So the Charlie Group did a study and discovered that only 18% of buyers will buy from a personality that is not their own, as opposed to the 82% when the personalities are aligned. Wow. So that brings me to bank code Codebreaker. I don't know, for those of you who have seen these, oops. I don't know who has seen these. Here's probably all my blueprints are going. Can't she hold these a little straighter? No, I can't, because I am an action. This is what I am, and this is what I am. And neither of these two care if it's a little messy. The bottom two will definitely care if it's a little messy. So therein lies the personalities and the differences. So I do it like this, but it's a lot easier for you to see that these two are my top personalities that rule me. I am a doctor of metaphysics, which is where this comes in. I love helping people. I love business. I love money. I love people. I love helping people. So all of this comes to a really great personality assessment for me. I don't have as much of these two personalities, although I do have quite a bit of this one. I'm not a big researcher like they are, but I have a lot of the other personalities, and I have this one the least of. Now, we all have all four personalities, and I do have it in me, and I'm working on balancing it out, okay? But I'm not quite there yet with these two. This is a big system and process and, follow the rules kind of person that is just not me. This one's more like rules are meant to be broken. So this is much more me. I will read what's on the cards just to give you a little bit of a hint of the differences between the personalities. And I just wanted to come on here and talk about how excited I am. I'm so happy. I ended up taking this particular course with this company. They're wonderful. The people at the company are wonderful, and I love their motto. And they have a charity that they support called Make People Matter, which is, everything in my life that is important to me. So it covers up a lot, and it's a very scientific basis for talking about the personalities. Because I am a doctor of metaphysics, I am highly intuitive. I do operate a lot on energy, but in a grounded manner, so that I can deal with people on earth and help them. The whole purpose of helping them, if they can't understand what I'm saying, then how am I going to help them, right? So sometimes I have to speak in their language. If I'm speaking French and they only speak English, that's going to be tough, right? So bank code is absolutely amazing. And Sherry Tree is, of course, behind the whole company. She is the innovator, and she has had some very awesome experiences. And she's also had Tony Robbins and been to his seminars, and his big two master skills that he talks about are the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. And so yes, bank code is both a science and an art, and it's just beautiful because it operates so well, and it's perfect on building relationships, and that therefore gives you more yeses in sales, because sales is relationship building. Don't you agree? I mean, it is. It just is. It is a very purpose-driven company, and we want you to make an income, and we want you to have beautiful relationships. And the mission of the company is to connect and empower humanity. And it is absolutely doing that. And it's been doing that for quite a bit for the last 20 years. And it's always shifting. We've got some beautiful additions to the company recently. And, still while holding to their original desires. And so Bank Code will absolutely make you a master communicator, which is exactly what we need to be, right? Can you imagine if you worked in the office and everybody was respectful of each other because of what personality type they were? And it doesn't matter that, these two always end up being married or friends or get attracted to each other because they are the exact opposite of each other, and then these as well. So if you had a colleague that was this and you were that, or vice versa, if you were a blueprint, and if you were, the other person was an action, and you actually understood each other, wouldn't that be beautiful? And not just at work. What about at home with your kids? What about, I know my friend, she had everybody in the family was this, except for one child who was this. How do you think he felt? He felt not good. He felt not good. He felt like he never fit in until the mom learned about this other personality and just said, okay, there's nothing really wrong with him. I'm not doing a bad job because he doesn't seem to like anything. He's just more of an introvert. He's a quieter person and he would rather go read than go play a game. Meanwhile, the other two kids, let's go take them. And that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with either of them. And, Bank Code is also designated and designed to understand the art and science of influence, income, and impact, all while you're working less and making more. Is there anyone here who wants to work more and make less? I don't think so. So I think we're all on the right track. Sherry Tree has had a very interesting path, and she's had the pleasure of listening to many high-level coaches like Robert Kiyosaki, who is very big on sales. You need to be good at sales. You absolutely need to be good at sales if you think you're going to be any kind of an entrepreneur. And so her first year in business, she didn't do so well. She made $700 for the whole year. After that, this is just the short version. After that, she got some coaches. She went to seminars, read some books. She made $72,000 a year, which is pretty good. By average standards, that's good money, solid. But then she applied the understanding of the personalities, and she then made $500,000. And shortly after that, she made $1 million and continues to do well. So you can do that too. We can help you do that too. We've all done better. I've got more clients because I literally have grown patience. For the people who take a little more time to think about buying, I am a fast buyer. I will buy a $25,000 product in like 5-10 minutes. There's not a whole lot of overthinking that goes on in my head. Some people need more time for that. Some people need to feel secure. Some people need more information. Some people need to know that there's a charity behind them and that the whole community is doing really well. And some people don't need a lot of anything. This feels good. It sounds great. Let's do it. And that's the way it is. And that's just some of the differences. Like I said, I will go read through them in a bit. But when Sherry Tree finally cracked the code and made that $1 million, she not only did it, she went from working 60 to 70 hours a week to 20 to 30 hours a week. Anybody else want that kind of a shift in their life? Because I know I do. How wonderful would that be? More time to play with your kids, your grandkids, your friends, your spouses, uh, animal shelters, whatever your heart's desire. I mean, this is so fantastic. And you know what? You just get to find out and unlock the yes and find out why they buy, find out the secrets, the science, and the system. But I am going to read this to you and then I will let you go. So the first one I'm going to read to you is action, because I am action. This is my first card. Actions love freedom, flexibility, spontaneity. Action, believe it or not, they actually like action. Opportunity, excitement. They get excited about everything. They're like little kids, but really get excited. It's like, yeah. And when they greet you, it's probably going to be with a high five and, hey, this is so awesome. They love attention. They love stimulation, competition. They love winning and fun. They love fun. Every time somebody goes on a trip, I always say, have fun, have fun. I will sometimes say enjoy, but mostly I say have fun. And then, of course, they care about their image. So these are the people that will buy the designer products. So the nurturers are the yellow ones. They're the next ones. Super important to them, relationships, building relationships. It's important to them that you are authentic, that you are sitting with them, that you're not talking on the phone, that you've put away your phone, it's turned off. It's either on vibrate or nothing. It's completely turned off. They want your full attention. They're into personal growth. Significance is very important to them. Teamwork, involvement, community, charity, ethics, harmony, morality, and contribution. Very important. They love, love, love charities, and they love spending money where a portion of the money goes to the charity. So if you have that, you need to explain that to them, because that's an important feature for them to purchase. Blueprint, the blue one. They value stability, structure, system, planning, processes, predictability, responsibility, duty, rules. What happens to you when you hear rules? Credentials, titles, and tradition. That is what's important to them. They need to feel secure. They're serious, and they want to know that you're serious too. Knowledge. This one will probably buy the last and the slowest. Not always, but most of the time, they will be the slowest at buying. They need to make a decision based on logic. So they need to know all the information. So their values are learning, intelligence, logic, big surprise, self-mastery, technology, research and development, science, universal truths, expertise, competence, accuracy, and the big picture. So I do have a lot of that, the big picture is a big deal for me as well. But things like competence and accuracy and expertise, when you're talking to them, don't say, oh, I think it's like 20%, but it's really 21.5%. Please say 21.5%, because they will come back to you and you will lose credibility with them. They don't want to talk to just anyone. They want to know that you're the expert in this field. They like experts. That is their big thing. So beautiful, beautiful. All four personalities, really amazing. And we are all four. It just depends on how much of which one we have. Neither one is better than the other. They're all amazing. And for those people who have children, we have children's ones too, just so you know. You can find out what little kids are. You can even figure out what your pets are, because all of that is very important. So if you want to supercharge your sales, increase your impact, your income, and your influence, and get more yeses. Yes, let's get more yeses. Let's hit that 82% and get some more. Thank you all so much. I look forward to doing business with you. Please connect with me on any of the platforms that you've seen me on. I am on all of them if you would like. My email is scrolling at the bottom, spiritualtouch11@gmail.com. I want to thank you so much for joining me and have a beautiful, fabulous day.